Welcome back, Power Tool fans. This week, Robillard built a fractal clamp to test recip saws.
Taylor sees if Ridgid has passed up Milwaukee.
I've got a new ridiculous tool to show you.
We find all 5 of Makita's XGT circular saws, and of course, we have an all-new Platinum tool deal.
This is your Power Tool Week in Review.
Today's episode is brought to you by Flex, it's what's next, and Spider, pro-powered tools.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Sarah, that's Rob, and we have a ton of great tools to share. Our Platinum tool deal is a good one again this week, and once again, stacks on other deals. But first, we're going to be heading over to Massachusetts, where our friends from Toolbox Buzz is testing recip saws. Now, we've grown to expect a big production whenever the TBB crew does a major head-to-head, but this is the first time we've seen them 3D print and build a fractal clamp. We saw this last year on Teaching Tech, and this genius design is perfect for securing many different shapes that you find in modern power tools. In Rob's case, it held every one of their 16 recip saws from companies like Flex, Milwaukee, Makita, Metabo, Ryobi, Hart, and many more. But the fractal clamp was only for a gas pipe cutting test. His crew also tested nail-embedded wood, detailed and ranked features, and looked at ergonomics, size, noise, and price. And in the end, the team provides a very detailed summary and a scoring system that you can adjust to yourself to find the best saw for your own applications. And as always, they posted an enormously detailed write-up over at toolboxbuzz.com. You can watch the full testing and review over at Toolbox Buzz right here on YouTube.
Now, if you're a Makita fan, you know by now that Makita really wants you to consider their 40-volt XGT lineup as a complete solution for your professional jobs. And to prove it, they decided to launch 7 different XGT circular saws. But they don't just have different size blades. I mean, they do have different size blades. Specifically here in the States, we can get a 6.5-inch plunge, 7.25-inch, 7.25-inch with a track base, a 7.25-inch rear handle, 9.25-inch, a 10.25-inch, and a 10.25-inch rear handle. That's 7 circular saws just in their 40-volt XGT lineup. But there are even more that are only available in other markets. Fortunately for us, our buddy Tools happens to live in one of those markets, specifically New Zealand. And he even imports even more options that are only available in Japan. And this week, he's covering 125mm, 165, 2 185s, a 235, a 270, 185 rear handle, a 260 rear handle, and of course, the plunge saw as well. So how exactly are you supposed to choose the right saw? That, my friend, is where Tools comes in. In this latest video, he specifically covers the differences between each saw, talks about their unique uses, and even reveals which saws he chooses to use the most on the job. You can find his recap and links to detailed videos on each saw over at Tools and Stuff.
Taylor got a hold of the all-new Ridgid high-torque hammer drill and wondered out loud whether it might be Milwaukee's Gen 3 hammer drill. Let's find out. That's the Ridgid R861152B 18-volt brushless half-inch high-torque hammer drill driver, and while it comes with a bunch of fun specs like 2,000 RPM and 32,000 BPM, it's the torque that has Taylor tickled.
Gross.
It claims 1,250 inch-pounds of torque, which just so happens to match the torque ranking on the Milwaukee's 2803. Now that's Milwaukee's 3rd gen hammer drill, which was replaced this year by their 4th gen, boasting even more torque. But you can still buy the Gen 3 for about the same price as the Ridgid, so the comparison is worth a look. To test the drills, Taylor relied on several fastener driving tests with some GRKs, a few 6-inch and 8-inch timber locks, and of course a few spattle bits for good measure. In the end, well, I'm not going to completely spoil it, but I think it's safe to assume no one already deep in red will switch to Ridgid, but it's also clear that if you're already Team Orange, you just got a fantastic new addition to your Christmas wish list. You can see the full comparison at Tinker with Tools.
Now, every Monday we go live with our production crew members, and they help Sarah and I choose the content for our weekly show, and often find new channels we may have otherwise missed. And this week, they helped us find this guy. That's Brian, and his channel, Budget with Brian. While I presumed correctly, I decided to look up bodge just in case, and in the UK it means, quote, to make or adjust in a false or clumsy way. And Brian is usually up to the task, but this week he took the time to detail his brand new Makita DFR 550Z cordless auto feeding screwdriver, and honestly, after watching Brian bodge it, I suddenly need one. Brian's been testing tools on YouTube since 2010 and just recently crossed 1 million views. Besides his new Makita auto feeding screwdriver review, he's got a bunch of entertaining and informative tool videos for you to watch. So if you're looking for a new channel to add to your sub list, I suggest you stop over at Budget with Brian.
For those of you new to the channel, Rob and I occasionally host a live show with our friends at Hart and Walmart, and this Sunday we'll be doing it again.
Hey guys, I'm Sarah. And that's the Grinch. We're coming back to Talk Shop Live on Sunday, December 4th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with our friends from Walmart and Hart. And we're gonna show you how to make one of these. It's an adorable little decoration that you get to hang on your front door, and we're gonna show you how to make it.
I'm not wearing this.
Yes, you are. So mark your calendars for Sunday, December 4th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you can find us at talkshoplive.com and walmart.com/live. Say it.
No.
Say it.
Happy holiday.
We'll see you then.
Now, before we get to the rest of our videos, I wanted to share a new tool I got this week. Now, I actually got two. These are both ratcheting screwdrivers. Now, this one's from Linus Tech Tips, which I've been super excited to receive, and I finally got it. Now, I'll be using this all week, and I'll talk about it on next week's show. But this is what we're gonna talk about today. Now, a couple months back, I shared a unique wrench from Metmo. Their team likes to dig up old designs in the patent office and re-engineer them for today. Now, this wrench was not only functional, but it's a unique piece of artwork, and I've really enjoyed having it in my collection. So when they asked if I'd like to be one of the very first to see their all-new Metmo driver, I jumped at the chance, and I was not disappointed. This thing is an absolute unit. This ratcheting screwdriver was originally patented in 1950 and fell out of production about 50 years ago. Now, the Metmo team re-engineered it and designed it with modern materials, creating what they call the most satisfying driver in the world. They also refer to it as a perfect desk toy, and I can see why. First off, it's huge. It weighs in at just under 3/4 of a pound. Now, the ratcheting feature is completely external and easy to see. You simply use this tiny brass arm to rotate the tooth to choose ratcheting in either direction or fixed. It features a standard 1/4 inch hex magnetized socket and a hardened stainless steel power drive handle that swings down and gives you the leverage to deliver, no joke, up to 672 inch-pounds of torque. So we're not just talking about twisting and screws, we were even able to drop a spattle bit in this thing and make a 1-inch hole easy as pie. This is not designed to replace your impact or your regular ratcheting screwdriver. This is a toy, a treasure, and just a good gift. Either way, I love this thing, and I'll be toying with it for a long time to come. These are still in pre-production, but they're aiming to ship them in March of next year. You can get it in either black, like mine, or silver. Either one is available for $131 through Indiegogo. Now, while you're there, you can check out their detailed making of video and read about additional accessories they have planned, like that amazing leather tool roll.
Moving on to the Torque Test channel, where the crew is once again taking a break from testing torque to instead expose illegal laser pointers on Amazon. It can sure be tempting to grab a laser pointer to play with your cat, or maybe even have some fun in the office, but as the team finds out, many of the options on Amazon are not even legal to sell.
Are these cheap products advertised for office use in the classroom and for your cat Fluffy safe to play with? No, they're not.
That's because of the law that limits laser pointers for casual use to only 5 milliwatts. But as they quickly find out, most of them are far more powerful, some going so far as to start fires from a distance. And I don't even want to imagine what these things would do to someone's eye. To determine just how bad they are, they use a special laser power meter to measure the output and even treat us to a laser show in their garage. That's not to say that none of these are safe for playing with your pets. Just be sure to visit the Torque Test channel first to make sure you buy the right one.
Todd was busy again over at Project Farm. This time he's testing high mileage motor oil. Now, we've made no secret of the fact that Sarah and I watch every video that Todd makes. They're not only super informative, but simply fun to watch. And while normally I wouldn't bother including a motor oil comparison here on our tool show, this one came with an extra surprise. Now, over the years, as he's done other oil testing videos, commenters have made tropes out of referring to the tested oil as Todd's Coffee. So in response, Todd decided to start a coffee company. Seriously. 3 types, beans or grounded. Sarah and I immediately ordered a few bags, but they haven't arrived yet. This just goes to show you that if we like your YouTube channel, we'll buy anything you tell us to.
Okay, that's going a bit far.
Yeah, but like Todd?
Okay, so it's true for Todd. I even suggested that he sells coffee mugs that say, "This coffee should make me a better person." We're gonna test that on the side.
Yeah, I'd buy that too. Coffee or not, if you have a high mileage car, you should definitely check out Project Farm this week.
Did you think that Milwaukee's line of lasers has grown to 5? If so, you're wrong, because now there's 6 and Mark has them all. His latest addition is the all-new M12 4-points laser, which sits right in between the top of the line 360 degrees and the cross line with plumb points. And Mark thinks this new 4-point just might be the sweet spot for most users. It has all of the same benefits of their other green lasers, including all-day runtime, ultra-bright green laser, microcontrols, and 125-foot working range that extends to 165 with a detector. This version features vertical and horizontal lines, plus 4 points to level, align, plumb, and square. Also, like its brothers, this doesn't come cheap. At $549, you should probably have more than one job lined up that requires it. But as Mark discovers himself, it can make a huge difference on the jobs that do need them. Mark has all of the details, plus a quick overview of the other 5 at Mark Thomas Builder.
Now, it's been a while since we last caught up with our buddy Nate over at Dorsum Tool Reviews. But this week, he got a hold of Ego's now legendary 765 CFM blower and decided to directly compare it to their 650 and 530. Nate covers physical differences, attachments, run times, and of course, blowing force and airspeed. I'm sure you're going to assume that the 765 is more powerful, and yeah, it is. But that doesn't mean it's the only one that will work for you. Well, I have been thrilled to have the 765 CFM here on our 5 wooded acres in the fall. Nate can help you decide if you really need the extra power or to spend the extra cash. You can find his full review at Dorsum Tool Reviews.
All right, before we get to our Platinum Tool deal, a quick reminder. We'll be going live on Monday, December 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our final production crew giveaway of the year, where we'll be calling 2 random channel members and give them our 2 remaining $2,000 tool shelves. We'll also have a ton of other great prizes from Spider, Milwaukee, and even a rear handle from Flex, and a bunch more. All for the people who just show up in the live chat. So set a reminder and we'll see you then.
All right, it's time again for our Platinum Tool deal powered by our friends at Ohio Power Tool. If you're new to the channel, every Friday we reveal an exclusive code that will only work for the first 25 people, then automatically retire, so you're gonna need to be fast.
So be sure to subscribe, and if you already are, be sure to click that notification bell so you don't miss a single show.
OPT is currently running several deals that get you a free M12 battery when you buy a specific M12 tool. With this week's code, you'll get an additional M12 high output 2.5 battery worth $80 as long as you spend at least $150.
So spend $150 on M12 tools and you could already get a free battery, and with our code you'll get another $80 battery for free. And this week's code is BABFBB.
So head over to ohiopowertool.com, cash in, and good luck.
I want to thank Flex and Spider for sponsoring this episode. Guys, we couldn't do this without you.
If you can, do something kind for someone else this weekend, and we'll see you this Sunday on our Talk Shop Live.
Bye!